Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. Yeah, so Bitcoin on the 4-hour, we did get that acceleration to the upside from this from the break of this bull flag to the upside, and obviously the closers above this horizontal resistance area. We did draw the target in, and we said it was clearly above this horizontal resistance, but then we did also say that it was highly likely that we were going to get stopped in this resistance area and not make this full target, and it does actually look like we got front ran slightly in it also, which is to be expected. You would assume that they are sellers itching to sell, and people that are bought in obviously this downtrend itching to sell as well. So it is no surprise that a major target got front ran. So that's what I'd probably say is going on there. The major target, as in this next level of resistance, kind of got front ran. So now we are looking at, obviously, can we actually hold here? Which is the sort of mid-range level of support in this new sideways range that we're hoping to establish, or do we actually come back down and test into our old support? But what could happen though, obviously we could basically get supported somewhere in this region, just based on the fact we have a lot of price action support here. Previous price action was within this area, so we could just see moves into this area then turn back up. Or we could just come down and fully test into the support. So nonetheless, if we do stay for a period of time in this sideways range, then that is clearly going to be good, and it will start to look like we have potentially put in a decent bottom here, and we can try for some upside. Obviously we've got many more macro levels of resistance, and we'll have people looking for lower highs, but I would at least give Bitcoin the chance of making new all-time highs. We'll just see what happens. A lot of it will depend on just general risk, the stock market, what the Fed does, all that fun, cool stuff, which we will be monitoring also. But I do think we've got a very good chance of getting to new all-time highs, in my opinion. But obviously, first things first, we need to make our way up through these. We need to grind our way through these levels. But yeah, pretty much in the short term, I'd expect us to, well, bullish case scenario, just trade here or higher from where we are now back into our resistance area, or have to come back down and test this support. If we lose this support, that's when things start to look particularly bad. If we lose this support level here, so basically around 41,000, that wouldn't look good at all. Obviously on like a 4-hour or above closing basis, but so far things looking good. We've had a nice move off. We are off the back of such a long sustained move, aggressive move down to the downside, so that we will always be met with quite heavy selling into these moves up, because there will be people just wanting to exit, people that have been buying the dips on the way down wanting to exit. And yeah, just people just wanting to outright short as well at higher levels. So people that have potentially been covering shorts at these lows wanting to then well, even if they're just DCAing into them shorts, that is just clear selling resistance. So we are clearly not in an uptrend yet, but obviously when we do establish an uptrend, that'll be obviously when the more euphoric moves to the upside and confidence will come into the market. Obviously the funding rate is negative, which is showing that people are basically leverage shorting. So yeah, Ethereum USD pairing hitting our horizontal level, as we can see, nice 4-hour 9 there, and then getting rejected below, so nothing too untowards there. We could draw another horizontal in here. This would be the ideal level for us to get supported at, not too far away from price action, but if not, then we've obviously got this more major level down here for us to come and hit. The Satoshi pairing easing off a bit here. Bitcoin looking like it wants to take the reins of this market. Actually lost this horizontal area. So yeah, we'll just extend this along here. So we could be coming to back test this again. Even if we are just trading sideways in this range, as long as we don't take out this horizontal support and then obviously this lower low, and then yeah, then we could be looking at establishing a new uptrend after obviously this persistent downtrend. Stock market, let's have a look at the good old stock market. It is battling with this support area. It does need to push on from here. Yeah, again, we're off a pretty severe downtrend. We've had a pretty aggressive move up, so there is no surprise that we are getting met with selling and resistance just in this whole range. But if we can overcome that, start to push back up, just establish price action within this range and ultimately take out the top, but just for the time being, just clear this support area, then that will clearly be bullish for risk assets, and obviously hopefully give us a tailwind for Bitcoin also. If we are to lose it, I mean, we could start to see this weigh in on risk assets and Bitcoin, so keep an eye on that. Oil easing off a little bit, a little bit, as you can see. Nothing really to write home about. I mean, if anything, this is looking like a potential bull flag, but like I said, a lot of people are expecting some sort of a retrace in this, some sort of a decent pullback. And they are trying to short this, so that is clearly this squeeze. What happened here was people just trying to short this whole level here. But yeah, do we have another squeeze up? Or I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, a lot of this is dependent on inventories, what OPEC Plus can do or basically can't do, and then obviously what is going on in the Ukraine. DXY. Well, testing into this resistance area, we want to kind of see this get rejected, but yeah, we could make our way back into the zone, and this could just be a fair price for the DXY in this area for the time being, but we'll just have to see what happens. Obviously, in an ideal world, this is sort of a bear flag and we get rejected and come back down, and then we will have a pretty euphoric run in risk assets if that is the case, if the dollar is, because that will then make this look like a top after this move up, and then we will be looking at like a nice move down. And if we actually zoom out, you can see yeah, I mean, if we do put in a high here, we could realistically, well, at the least be coming to test these lows, if not make a lower low. So yeah, and then yeah, get down to here, we've got 100k plus BTC, so yeah, good times. The 10-year still putting obviously a bit of pain on here. I say a bit of pain, a lot of pain. This has practically hit this high level here. I mean, this is gonna get pretty bad if we do break above here. Yeah, it's going to get pretty bad, and what is also going to happen is I think risk assets are going to severely struggle. This could just end up being a nice little bit of relief rally in stocks and Bitcoin, and then if this breaks above here, then we are in trouble. We are in trouble, and we are literally at the cusp of this. So yeah, got to keep an eye on that. At some point, the Fed may then try to come out with some YCC, yield curve control, in which case the dollar will get whacked, and then we'll just enter a new paradigm of just Fed manipulation, a new just a ratcheting up of the Fed manipulation. But yeah, this will be looking scary. This will be instilling the fear of God into central bankers and just basically politicians also, because they just know that the national debt ain't going to be sustainable with higher interest rate levels. So yeah, shots getting fired over here in the bond market. Remember, the bond market is the main market, it's a professional market, it's a market of that basically you should realistically be looking at, as opposed to what equities are doing. And yeah, this is not looking ideal to say the least. So let's have a look at those stochastics. 4 hour looking like we're going to get some downside pressure here. 10 hour I'm sure is topped out and coming down, as along with 12 hour, but we shall see when it decides to load. Yeah, 10 hour topped out and pointing down from a high level. Same with 12 hour. Daily still not fed through to daily yet, and obviously by everything higher looking great, waiting for that weekly to turn back up, which it practically has. So yeah, I mean, realistically, shorter time frames are indicating a consolidation at least. So like I said, if we just consolidate and trade sideways within this range above ideally 42, then yeah, it will look good for a resetting of these time frame stochastics, and then they can turn back up and then get dragged back up by these higher time frames, get the weekly going, coming up as well. And yeah, I mean, realistically, we'd have a lot of stochastic momentum to at least get us into the 50,000s, and then we make the ultimate decision of are we busting up towards 100k, or are we just gonna get rejected down from these probably mid $50,000 levels. So yeah, all to play for. Exciting times. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.